Welcome. It's a special meeting of the Pacific Grove City Council. It's Wednesday, June 29th, 2022 at 5 p.m. Call the meeting to order and ask our city clerk to please give us a roll call.
Thank you. Mayor Peak,
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem McAdams,
Here.
Council members Coletti,
Here.
Smith,
Here.
Tomlinson.
Here.
Absent Council members Emilio and Paduri.
Thank you very much. And we have on the agenda Mayor Pro Tem McAdams to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Would you like to do that?
Sure. Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance
Of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And may I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved, Your Honor.
Second. And a vote, please.
Councilmember Smith,
Aye.
Councilmember Coletti.
Aye.
Councilmember Tomlinson,
Aye.
Mayor Peak,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem McAdams.
Aye.
Motion carries 502. Council members Emilio and Paduri absent.
Thank you. We have one item, new business on the agenda, legal services agreement with Burke, Williams, and Sorensen. And Ms. Kendall, I prepared some slides. If you could put them up on the screen. All right. I was working with council members Smith and Coletti. Next slide, please. So we issued a request for qualifications to provide legal services for the city attorney and assistant city attorney. The RFQ was published March 1st and closed March 31st. And we had the able assistance of our HR director. And as a result of this, we received 15 responses. Next. I mentioned the subcommittee was responsible for the RFQ and then conducting preliminary evaluations. Council members Nick Smith, Luke Coletti, and myself. So the preliminary evaluations consisted of basically 4 items. The CA public service, that's city attorney, not California public service, local knowledge, the availability to be here at council meetings and when needed, and bench depth, which means that the firm is able to handle a wide range of municipal legal services. And the subcommittee conducted virtual interviews with some of the top candidates. Next, please. And then we reviewed our recommendations, the subcommittee's recommendations with the full council. And then the council conducted in-person interviews of the top candidates. And as a result of this process, we selected Burke, Williams, and Sorensen. And the council authorized the subcommittee to negotiate a legal services agreement. And that agreement was with Brian Pierick for city attorney and Gregory Rubens for assistant city attorney for a period of 5 years, starting on July 1st, which is this Friday. The responsibilities of city attorney are specified both in our charter and in our municipal code. Reports in basic, it handles all the legal issues and documents, reports to the city council, and works alongside the city manager and his staff. And then The financial part of the agreement is the billing rate for routine city attorney services is $275 an hour. And in the agreement, it also specifies a lower amount for paralegal services. And then also if there's some specialized legal services at a slightly higher rate. The cost of legal services to the city varies greatly on the workload. And the last fiscal year, our legal services, the total of legal services cost was $710,000. I think that's it. And I will turn to my subcommittee members, or we'll just go to public comment, and then we'll our council discussion. Our subcommittee members and other council members can weigh in. So public comment.
We do have one online.
I think Mr. Purick is online.
Jane Haynes, you have the floor.
Welcome.
Hello, I am Jane Haynes. Yesterday evening, I emailed the city manager requesting him to inform me whether or not the new assistant city attorney would be a land use specialist. The city manager did not have the courtesy to respond to my email. However, a council member I copied on that email did respond and informed me that Burke, Williams, and Sorensen has depth of bench, meaning that even though the attorneys assigned to Pacific Grove will not be land use specialists, the Burke law firm does have an environmental land use and natural resources unit, which could analyze the issue, which I believe is the most important issue facing this city in the past 50 years, which is how Pacific Grove will accommodate the 1,125 new housing units assigned to us. I was a land use attorney for 20 years, so I speak with some authority. There are 4 questions concerning this challenge that must be answered by a land use attorney specialist. Currently, our city has a contract with Baird and Driscoll to update our housing element, but that contract expressly excludes updating our general plan. A fact I explained to the city's unresponsive city manager last week. Pacific Grove is the only local jurisdiction with an out-of-date general plan. We will be in danger of losing our land use discretion if we cannot show the impossibility of compliance with the 1,125 housing unit allocation, which seems highly unlikely because it appears the water will be available. I spoke today with the Monterey Peninsula Water Management District. It appears that the Pure Water Monterey expansion may produce an additional 2,250 acre-feet of water within the next 3 years. That means Pacific Grove is highly likely to have adequate water, and if so, will be legally obligated to provide the assigned housing units or else face loss of its discretion for land use planning. There are 4 questions we need to ask a land use specialist. I cannot explain them in 3 minutes. However, in case a majority of the city council thinks I ought to be able to explain those questions to the new city attorney or to the new assistant city attorney, then please tell that to the city manager. Thank you.
Thank you.
There are no other hands raised. Oh, I'm sorry. Inga, you have the floor.
Thank you, Sandra.
Welcome.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to say I'm ready for change. I think this is fine. I think it's probably a firm that's been vetted pretty well. Yes, we're going to come into all kinds of other problems, and that's what we have used consultants for. And we certainly have used outside attorneys for almost everything here, which raises our bills for this last couple of years just to be outrageous as far as legal services. I think it's time we got some really good pertinent legal advice. And if you vetted them and you think so, I'm all for it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
No other hands are raised.
All right, council discussion. Councilmember Tomlinson.
Hi, Mayor and Council. Thank you. I missed you all last month or the last meeting, so it's good to be back. And I know this is going to be kind of a quick one with just one item, but thank you to the subcommittee for the diligent work and getting through the robust interest that we had in this RFP, which was flattering and exciting and great to have a lot to wade through. So thank you for doing that. I got to participate in the in-person interview for two very talented firms, and it was a great experience. I'm excited to have this new law firm be a part of our city team. I think they're going to do a great job, and I'm very supportive of the recommended action to enter into the agreement. I have one question, and that is, where did we land on a July 1st effective date? I see that's Friday, on the turnover period of time for the new firm and Mr. Laredo's firm, and how they're going to do this handoff in a elegant way. Have we thought that out, or is that still being worked on?
Who are you directing the question to?
I guess the subcommittee, or maybe Mr. Laredo, or whoever might have the answer.
Mr. Laredo?
Thank you. Through the mayor, I have written a memo to the city manager identifying some of the end tasks that I believe are relevant. I am going to work with your new city attorney and his firm in any way that I can. And I think it's really going to more depend upon Mr. Pirik as to what his needs and expectations are. We will work with him in any way that he feels necessary. And if we need to continue to provide some level of service for a day or two or a week, we're able to do that. And then if he feels confident coming in on Friday and starting at that point, then we're certainly able and willing to hand that off. We do have some matters of active litigation, and we have ethical responsibilities to the court. And until there is a signed substitution of attorney filed with the court, then we have that ethical obligation to continue that level of effort. But we're going to work with the new firm, the new city attorney, in any manner appropriate.
And I'll add to that. So it's my understanding that in the past that the city attorney kept all the legal documents, and now, perhaps for a long time now, the city clerk has that responsibility for ordinances and resolutions, and in fact, they're on the web. So perhaps the handoff, if you will, of material legal documents is not, it doesn't happen in the same manner. And let me see, Ms. Kendall, do you have Brian Pirik on?
Yes, I do.
Could you recognize him or
Mhm.
unmute him?
Mr. Pirik?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, welcome.
Okay, well, thank you. I appreciate all the comments that were made by Mr. Laredo, and I'll join with him in looking forward to the handoff. And as the mayor has indicated, a lot of the documents that you have are already available electronically. So it's not so much necessarily a lot of physical files and a lot of boxes of files, although there may be some hard copies of documents. So I didn't want to be presumptuous. I was going to reach out to Mr. Laredo and there's other attorneys in his firm that he might designate tomorrow, assuming you approve the agreement this afternoon, and then move forward. I don't anticipate any transition issues.
Awesome. Thank you. That definitely answers my question and totally what I expected from both of your professional organizations. And I just want you to know you have my support completely in whatever is needed to make sure that the handoff is seamless and as supportive as you need to not have a gap in knowledge or experience to be able to provide the services. And I don't expect there will be. As I remember during your interview, you'd already read about half of everything anyway. So, so thank you. I don't have any other questions. I'm excited for getting to work with the new firm. So, thanks.
Other council members, Councilmember Smith.
Thank you, Your Honor. I just wanted to thank the fellow members of the subcommittee for working on this, and my fellow council members outside the subcommittee for participating in the interview and providing really good feedback and asking good questions, setting us up for a good transition. And I feel that this law firm will be a great firm for the city for some time to come. I feel that staff will be able to use the resources of this firm, not just the city attorney, but the assistant city attorney and other members of the large firm that are specialists in areas that we deal with often. Ms. Haynes did raise the point of land use, and I don't think we're going to have any problem with land use questions with this law firm. And I believe that our staff will get excellent advice in that area. So I'm also excited for this and looking forward to working with Mr. Pierrick and Mr. Rubens and the entire Burke Williams Sorensen team. Thank you.
Any other council discussion? Okay, I can't see. I'm blind. Mayor Pro Tem McAdams.
Thank you, Mayor. And I wanted to extend gratitude to our hardworking subcommittee who really made this process seamless. Also to the 15 applicants. That was an impressive number to receive. I am very pleased with the top 3 candidates and of course, with the firm that is on the agenda this evening. I am very much in support of this, and I would like to extend my gratitude to Mr. Laredo and his firm for his decades of service to many council members, many mayors, and of course, the city of Pacific Grove.
If there's no other council comment, then I think we're ready for a motion.
I'll make a motion, Your Honor. I don't have the language in front of me, but I will move that we approve legal services agreement with Burke Williams and Sorensen for city attorney and assistant city attorney positions.
Councilmember Tomlinson,
I'll second that.
may we have a vote, please?
Councilmember Smith,
Aye.
Councilmember Tomlinson,
Aye.
Councilmember Coletti.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem McAdams,
Aye.
Mayor Peak.
Aye.
Motion carries 502. Councilmembers Emilio and Paduri absent.
Thank you very much. And thank you for participating. And we're now adjourned. Have a pleasant evening.